Good morning. Welcome to Inner Balance Qigong. We are going to begin with breath of joy today. It's a cleansing breath, and we will be breathing in through the nose 3 times successively and then out through the mouth. And the arm movements I'll demonstrate before we actually start the practice. On the first inhalation, the arms come up in front to shoulder height. Second inhalation, they come out to the sides, and we'll turn the palms up. Third inhalation, the arms rise. And then with the exhalation, they swing down and back behind the body as far as they can comfortably. And then we start again here, 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 here. And now we'll dive in, and if you just want to explore it with your natural breath, that's fine. Or just pause with the 3-part inhalation and exhalation for a few cycles and then come back to it, whatever works for you. So hands facing the body to begin, knees slightly bent, tailbone slightly tucked, shoulders falling away from the ears. And with the first inhalation, arms come up. One more. Let the arms settle back down. Come to stillness. Now we'll explore a bit of a body bounce to get the energy flowing a little bit more. So we can start just by bending and straightening the legs, and the heels might lift and drop. And the shoulders can start to rise up and fall. Loosen the joints, just letting the arms kind of flow and flutter. You can even let the head go a little bit, like a little bobblehead. Let your hips just kind of swing from side to side. Let your arms just start to go out. A little freestyle action here. Imagine you've got some great dance music on. And you can get lower if you like, working the levels. And then start to raise the arms up. And let them fall back down. And then gradually let your body come back to stillness. And for a moment, just tune in and notice how the body feels. There might be certain parts of your body where there's a heightened awareness of sensation. Now we're going to explore an ear massage, just taking it down a notch a little bit. And we'll be placing the thumbs behind the earlobe, and the first finger kind of clamps down on the ear. And we're going to be tugging and pulling down on the earlobe and snapping the finger right off the bottom of the earlobe. Pulling from the root of the ear out to the tip of the earlobe. And then letting the elbows wing out, we'll go from the root of the ear out to the rim, working our way up toward the top of the head, or top of the ear rather, I should say. And then you might put the thumb on the inside of the ear and the finger on the back as you pull straight up. getting right into the inner ear as much as you can with your thumb, into the convolutions that are there, and then gradually work your way back down to the earlobe. Elbows forward again, relaxes the shoulders. And then gradually pause. The inhale, open the hands. Exhale, settle them down. And notice how the ears feel. You might have some warmth there, a bit of tingling. Now we're going to do what's called a teeth tap. And it's really just opening and closing the jaw and just letting your teeth click as you close. So you might make a big smile, so your mouth is open, and just bring your lower jaw up to your upper. And slowly come back, allowing the lower jaw to relax again. Now we'll explore some internal and external rotation of the arms. And as we do so, we want to bring the awareness into the shoulder socket. I could internally and externally rotate my arms by moving my hands first, but in this case, we want to imagine or just sense that the humerus, the upper arm bone, is rotating in the socket. And that's where the action starts. So we'll have the hands be facing the body first, and then gradually the thumb moves forward and then out to the side wall and maybe toward the wall behind you, opening here. And you might lift up a little bit through your sternum. So there's a bit of an arch in your upper back. And then with your next exhalation, rotate back in. So the action initiates in the shoulder socket and then spirals down toward the fingers. So it's a very slow and considered movement, which may require some considerable focus. And just keep going with your breath cycle, inhaling as you externally rotate the arms, exhaling as you internally rotate the arms. You'll explore the range of motion that your body will allow today or in this moment. And we'll explore 2 more cycles. And release back to stillness if you haven't already. Now we'll explore eagle's wings, and this is a final undulation, creating suppleness, fluidity in the spine. We'll start with the palms facing the body, and on the inhalation, they'll rise up to shoulder height. Exhale, palms face each other and the hands drop to about mid-chest. Inhale, hands come in toward the chest. Fingers are spread wide like tines of a comb, and you're coming through the chest wall muscle, down your bicep, inner arm, forearm, to the palm, and then I'm arched here, and then around. Exhale, sitting the bottom back a little bit, dropping the chin, bring the hands in again, and And here the knees go forward, hips and chest to get that undulation that we're seeking to create in the spine. Feeling each individual vertebra articulate. The pelvis is moving to move the spine. Two more cycles. And we'll bring the hands in toward the body with the inhalation. Exhale, direct the energy down to the lower dantian. We'll be knocking on the door of life next, and you have some options here. You can stay in horse stance. I'm going to be demonstrating with a little wider stance, turning the feet out and coming into a bit of a squat. And before you do that, I just want to speak to this form of knocking on the door of life, which is just the body twisting and the arms hitting the body. However, what we're going to do here, again, we're going to bring our awareness into the shoulder socket, and we're going to let the shoulder move first. So it's kind of like whipping the arm around. I don't know if you can see. I'm just going to come a little bit closer, maybe you can see. So it's just very, and then we still want to let the body, the arms hit the body, but it's just going to be a little bit more, bit of a jerky sensation initially, perhaps. And so I'm going to come into a bit of a squat here, and we'll get going, turning to the right first. And you'll just go at your pace. Now maybe your hands are up a little bit higher at the top of your pelvis. And at the waist. And if this is uncomfortable for your shoulder, arms, you can just go back to our traditional form. And then we'll come up to the ribs. Underneath the armpits, right through the chest wall. Up to the top of the shoulder. Underneath the rib again, or the armpit. Through the mid-torso, kidney region. Navel level. Top of the pelvis. And arms fully extended or lengthened. And then we'll come back gradually to stillness. And we can bring the feet back to horse stance if they were wider. Take a moment and notice the internal flow of the life force and consciously slow the breath down if you notice your heart rate is a little bit amplified. This next form also involves a bit of a squat, and you can go as deeply as feels comfortable for you. And this is also a spinal twisting action. I'll turn sideways just so you can see what the lower body and spine orientation are. This will involve raising the arms to shoulder height. So we'll inhale, arms come up. If you want to squat, you will here, exhaling. And then we're going to inhale, turning with the arms, and the one arm bends as the other is straightened. Exhale to the other side. And you'll turn as far as you can. Sitting your bottom back in space so the knees can stay mostly over the ankles, not too far ahead of them. One more each side. We'll come back to center. And then with the next exhalation, straighten the legs if you bent them and direct the energy down to the lower dantian. Now, this next form we're going to explore is a forward bending action. And if you are aware that you're challenged to get your hands all the way to the floor, and you can certainly bend the legs in the process of this, but you also may want to put some yoga blocks or a low stool or your coffee table or a chair out in front of you and bring your hands to that level so that you're refraining from straining your lower back. And we're going to be interlacing the fingers and raising them above the head to begin. So we'll inhale, arms come up, exhale, and push skyward. Inhale, lengthen up more. Here with the exhalation, we're hinging forward, bringing the hands to a level that's comfortable. And we'll rest them for a cycle or two of breath here. Looking at the floor or at your hands, wherever they are, at whatever level. With the next exhalation, move your hands toward the right foot or toward the right side of your chair or coffee table. So we're turning the spine a little bit, a lateral flexion of the spine, opening through the left side of the body. Next exhalation, come back to center. A few more cycles here. Next exhalation, go to the left. Next exhale, back to center. Exhale, bend the knees, tuck the tailbone, release the hands, and roll up the spine slowly. Now we're going to do the same thing again, only we're going to interlace the fingers the opposite way. And we'll go to the left first when we start our spinal flexion. Inhaling, hands come up to heart level. Exhale, press. Inhale, reach. Exhale, slowly come down, forward bending. See if you can lengthen your pelvis away from your ribs. Keeping the front of the body open and long. Next exhalation, start to go to the left.
inhalation, come back to center. Next exhalation to the right. Next inhalation to center. Next exhalation, bend the knees, release the hands.
Chin to chest, roll up the spine.
Me for a moment. Something's coming up on my screen that's just a distraction here. So now we're going to be exploring the swimming octopus form. And we're going to start with the feet in a stance, walking distance stride. And we're going to turn the left foot out, just bend that knee slightly and step forward with your right. So I'm just going to move back so you can see my full body. And for this, we're making the snake or the beak where the thumb comes to the tips of the fingers. And we'll be gradually creating that form with the hand. With the right hand, it's just resting on the thigh. And on the inhalation, the left hand comes up to the shoulder. On the exhalation, slowly pushing forward, extending that arm straight ahead as you bend your right knee. And then push into the floor with the right foot. That leg starts to straighten, the back leg bends. You slowly start to close your fingertips to your thumb. Watch your hand as it comes behind you. Then bend your fingers. And as you push your hand forward, slowly unfurl them until they're fully extended when your arm is fully extended. And we'll just keep doing the same action. So there's a weight transference from the front to the back. So the fingertips are close to the thumb when your hand gets all the way behind you. And then fully extended when it's all the way forward. We'll do one more on this side. Inhaling, we'll bring the hand back into the shoulder. Exhale, press down. Inhale, step forward. Exhale, step back. So your foot is turned out and you want to make sure that the front foot, knee, and hip are in the same plane. And there's some space between the heels of each of your feet. Same thing now on the other side. Inhale, right arm up. Exhale, bending the leg, push forward. Slowly retract the arm. Last one. The inhale, hand comes into the shoulder. Exhale, press down. Inhale, step forward. Notice how the body feels. The next form involves balancing, and you can explore it, well, to the degree that feels comfortable for you. The traditional way that we practice this is by lifting the foot and crossing the one knee in front of the other and squatting down a little bit, but you might put your one foot directly in front of the other or your feet very close together. You can always stay with your feet a little bit wider apart. We're going to be shimmy shaking the upper body. And so depending on where your feet are, it's going to require more focus to maintain your balance. It's just going to be a twisting action like so, and you can let your arms be free. And we will, on the inhale, bring the arms up first with the leg. Exhale, press down, find your footing. And then just with your breath, however it works for you, you're going to shimmy shake. You can pick a point of focus on the floor to gaze at. You might choose to fold forward a little bit, squat down a little deeper, pulsing your arms toward the floor, and come up. And slow it down. And then inhale, arms rise up, lifting the leg. Exhale, and directing the energy down. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Find your point of focus to gaze at. Squatting if that's comfortable. And then shimmy shake. Breath is fluid. And then if you want, fold forward. Rest or stillness in the body, and then uncross or lift the leg from the position it's in. Pause here and allow the awareness to turn within, sensing the key, the life force coursing through you. We're going to be, this is push and pull the loom. And we'll be starting with the fingertips facing each other and palms facing the ceiling. We'll inhale, hands come up. Exhale, push down. Inhale, palms up again. Exhale, we're going to push forward as we sit back. Inhale, hands come in. Now, the right arm goes up. No, yeah, that's right. Oh, goodness. And we're going to open the arm and then cross and open again. Come back to center and bring the arm up and then press down. And then inhale, push forward on the exhale. Inhale, hand comes up. Exhale, open. Inhale, cross. Exhale, open. Inhale, hand comes back into center, up, and then press down. exhaling. We'll explore this a few more times. One more each side. Bringing the energy back to the lower Dantian. Now I'll be taking a wider stance. And this is Archer Draw's back bow. And we'll begin again with the fingertips facing each other. On the inhale, hands rise up to solar plexus. Exhale, direct the energy flow down. Here we're going to bring the palms of the hands together. Inhale, hands come up to the heart center. Now with the exhalation, if it's comfortable, you'll squat down. We're going to extend, we're pulling back the bow with the right hand, and we're going to make an L shape with the hand, pushing your palm away from you, looking just above your pointer finger. Inhale here. Exhale. Inhale, hands come back to the heart center. Exhale, push down. Inhale, up to the heart. Other side, same thing. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, palm to palm. Exhale, and down. Next inhale, palm to palm. Exhale. Feel a stretch through the chest and arm to pull back. We'll do one more each side. The energy to the lower Dantian. This next form is actually more associated with Tai Chi, or at least from a particular form, a Taoist Tai Chi form that I practice. And these are Tai Chi kicks. And You can lift your foot as far away from the floor as it feels comfortable for you. You can even just step forward and let the ball of your foot touch, the ball of your foot and toes touch the floor rather than elevating it away from the floor. We're going to stand with the feet turned out slightly. And we'll be letting the weight come into the right leg first. And the left hand is going to cross in front of the right as we bring the hands up, and the knee starts to lift. And here we'll uncross and push forward. And you're flexing your foot here. So one arm out, one arm forward. Inhale, hands come back in. Exhale and release down. Same thing other side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale, bend the leg. Exhale. Weight is evenly distributed, and we'll keep alternating this for a few cycles. Finished, kicking straight forward on this side. And back. Now we're going to be kicking more at a diagonal. It's the same principle for this next part of the sequence. And the standing leg foot, just find a position that feels comfortable with it. I mean, it should be usually slightly turned out just to give more freedom of flow in your pelvis. And we'll shift the weight, bend the knee slightly. Inhale. Exhale, so the arm follows the leg as you kick. The other arm is out to the side for balance. And we'll repeat. Cross is in front that you're going to kick with. One more each side. So, higher, if you can get your leg a bit higher. Leg kicks, if you are exploring a higher kick, you want to make sure that you're not compromising your spinal verticality. If you're collapsing forward in order to get your leg higher, it's better to keep your leg lower so that the spine can be long. All right, now we'll go into a lunging action, and we're going to be turning the foot and keeping the one leg straight and the other leg bending. And then we're going to be doing the same thing to the other side. There's a little pop. And you'll find a distance of your feet that feels comfortable and a depth of bending your knee that feels comfortable. Okay, so we're going to start with the left hand crossing in front of the right. Inhale. And then we're pivoting, and with the exhalation, the upper hand is palm away from your head, lower hand is pressing toward the extended leg foot. And then inhale, pivot back to center, other arm in front. Exhale to the other side. So you can just go very gently, doesn't have to be very deep with your lunging action. More each side. Come back, and the arms will rise up. Inhale all the way. Exhale, energy flows down from the heavens, and we'll anchor it in the lower dantian. Pause here a moment for, as one of my teachers says, station identification. Let's tune in, observe, notice the breathing, notice sensation in the body. How the experience of the practice is resonating within you. Come back to a stance if you haven't already taken a shorter stance. And this is another balancing practice. We'll be beginning with the right leg is the standing leg, as we very typically do. And the right arm is going to go up as the left leg bends, and we'll bring the inner foot just to the inside of the leg and press into it. So wherever you might be, it could be down to your ankle, your calf, at the knee. You just want to make sure you're not pressing too hard there at the knee joint. And I'll demonstrate what the other arm is doing. So we'll take our A stance, and then on the inhale, the leg and the arm lift, and we're making fists here. So your left hand is on the inside of your left thigh, pressing against it. We'll stay here for a cycle or two of breath. Next exhalation, release down. And any movement that you're feeling, we'll go to the other side. Any movement you're feeling on the standing leg, foot, and ankle, allow for that. All those little micro adjustments are helping you to stay vertical. Next exhalation, release down. Go again, other side. Lengthen up, root through the standing leg, foot, reach, lift the ribs away from the pelvis. Exhaling and down. Lengthen the front of the body, toning the muscles in the back. Exhaling. Again, alternating. Exhaling, release. And we'll do one more each side. Exhale. Last one. Releasing on the exhalation. And the arms come all the way up. And we float down to the lower dantian. We'll move back to a wider stance, going again into some lunging action, pivoting on the heel. And we'll be moving arms through a range of motion. Inhale, hands rise up to solar plexus. Exhale, direct the energy down. Inhale, hands come up. Do shoulders, pivot, drop your elbows, exhale, and extend forward as you come into the lunge. Keeping the left arm where it is. Inhale, right arm comes up, watching the hand. Exhale, and horizontal back to the front. Again. One more time this side. Pausing here. Inhale, hands into the chest, lift the ball of the foot, pivot. Exhale, direct the energy down. Other side. Now the left arm moves. So if you're watching your hand, this also can become a balancing challenge. This time, palms in, pivot. Go back to the other side and the arm revolves the opposite way. So pause here for the inhale. Now exhaling, the arm sinks down first. Inhale, it comes up and over. Last one on this side. Next inhale, hands come in. Pivot. Exhale. Final side. Move on the exhale. Feel the rotation in the shoulder to allow the arm to move freely. Next inhalation, hands come in, pivot. Exhale, we'll direct the energy all the way down to the soles of the feet, and then bring fresh chi in through the feet, up the legs, and into the lower dantian. We can come back to horse stance. Releasing the hands. We'll explore, embrace the tiger return to the mountain. Fingertips face each other. Palms up. Inhale, hands up to solar plexus. Exhale, press your palms down, squatting as much as you can. Separate your hands away from each other. Backs of the hands come together on the inhale and rise up to solar plexus. Thumb and first finger touching. Look through the diamond shape that your hands are making as you squat back. Inhale, arms come all the way up, looking up. Exhale, hands come down. And we repeat. Arms up. Exhale, down. Separate the hands. Inhale, backs of the hands touch, rising up. First finger thumb touched, look through the diamond, exhaling squat. Inhale, rise. Exhale, drop down. Repeat for a few more cycles. One more. Lowering the arms. One more time, they'll rise all the way up. Energy to the lower dantian. Now we're going, this is Great Bear turns back. Very simple action. We're pressing the palm of the hand toward the floor, so the wrist is flexed. So you want the, and if that's uncomfortable for you, you can just let the hands relax or find a position that works. And we're going to inhale, lengthen through the crown. Exhale, slowly start to turn to the right as far as you can, looking over your shoulder toward the wall behind. Inhale, slowly back to center. Exhale to the other side. Continue. Synchronizing the movement with the breath. One more side. Back to center. Relaxing the wrists. With the inhale, arms up. Exhale, and energy drifts down. Now we're going to be exploring a walking form just to round out the practice today. And I'm going to move sort of diagonally through my space because that's where I have the most distance and where you can still see me. And we're going to be starting with the left leg and the left arm, lifting together. So it's almost like there's a string connected to your wrist, from your wrist to your knee. As you raise up the arm, the knee lifts. And then we're going to step onto the ball of the foot as the hand sinks down, and the heel connects. Weight shifts into the front leg, and the other starts to lift. And you want to try to move as slowly as you possibly can. Use the floor, your focus there, like a guy wire, to keep you in balance as you're lifting the leg and lowering it. We want to touch down as lightly as possible with the foot when we place it. Doesn't have to be a very big stride that you're taking. Slow breath. slowing the movement. Feeling the foot, each part of the foot as it connects with or releases from the floor. Pause where you are in place, and then we're going to turn around, or actually we're going to go backwards, stepping back. So we'll again start with the left leg and arm lifting. Inhale. Now step back on the ball of your foot, and the weight shifts to the heel, and you might squat down a little bit, so then you have somewhere to go to rise up and step back. Well, I'm going to finish because otherwise I'll run into the wall and come back so the weight is evenly distributed. And notice how the lower body feels. How your awareness may be a bit more heightened now just from the practice in terms of focus and clarity of mind. And we'll finish with some shi hu and then our bow. And the arms will go up to the left first. Want to move around the face, you can. Washing away any tension. Motions that might be creating resistance to the flow of the life force. Any thought? Maybe gripping the mind. We'll finish one more full cycle. And then again, we're going to let the arms come to rest by themselves, swinging the body. Noticing the internal vibration. How the body feels now in relation to how it felt before we began the practice today. And we'll end with the bow.